In this video, I will show you how to add AdMob in an Expo managed React Native app. I will go through the AdMob account setup, configuring test devices, configuring user consent, linking AdMob to Firebase. I'll give some tips for App Store and Play Store configuration, and I finally create a demo using React Native mobile ads, and I'll share the code on GitHub. Click to create a new app in AdMob. You will have to create a new app for each of the platforms where you want to serve ads, and unfortunately AdMob is not available on web. There you will use the AdSense, let's say Android, and if the app is not listed in the store, it is okay, you will add it later, but this will be important when you want to serve real ads. Your app will need to go through the verification and it needs to be published on the App Store. You will also need to provide the AdMob the app ads, and instructions for app ads are available when you click on View All Apps, click on App Ads, and click on How to Set Up, and you will need to create a new text file and serve it from your website. My app ads are served in the Docusaurus static website, where I also host the documentation and privacy policy, and it's served on Cloudflare pages. When testing AdMob from your device, you can do it two ways. A. AdMob has predefined demo units and use that, and B. Use your device, but you have to register it in test devices. And you need to add the advertising ID or the IDFA, same thing. It's a new ID that can be all zeros. You will see only all zeros when the user opts out of the IDFA. For registering an iOS device, Apple makes it really hard. There is no easy way to get that IDFA ID. I did that by installing one of the IDFA apps from the App Store and copying that ID. For registering Android device, go to Settings, Ads, and copy the device advertising ID at the bottom or here. Emulators you don't need to register, there are test devices by default. Configuring user consent settings is mandatory for real ads to be served, and you have to configure IDFA explainer, but only for iOS apps. Create the message and link all of your iOS apps, and then publish the changes. Same goes for GDPR and US states regulations. If you are also using Firebase Analytics, you can link your AdMob app to the Firebase and get access to the advanced analytics regarding your ads. And now for the stores, you need to declare that your app serves ads. In Play Console, you would go to Monitor and Approve, Policy and Programs, and then select App Content, declare that your app uses ads, and you also need to declare that your app uses advertising ID. In the App Store Connect, it's similar. Go to Apps Privacy, set your privacy policy URL, and get started. And then you need to declare that your app collects a device ID and check anything that has an advertising option or ads. That should be enough for the Apple reviewer. And besides declaring data collection practices, you will also need to show the ATT pop-up in your app. And I did create another video to show you how to do that. And now for the practical part. I'm using React Native Google Mobile Ads, and tracking transparency is important for iOS ATT pop-up. And last, we'll need the Expo build properties to set something specific for Android and iOS. For Expo build properties, you need to configure iOS and Android. In iOS, AdMob depends on static framework, so it is enabled. And in Android, in case that you use the ProGuard, and I guess you do, this package should not be obfuscated, because you will get the warning that the advertising ID is not set up and the verification will not pass. For React Native Google Mobile Ads, you will add the following configuration. You need to link the Android app ID and iOS app ID, and you can find the app IDs by going to your app settings and copy this ID. Same goes for iOS, same goes for Android. User tracking usage description, this exact message will be shown in the ATT pop-up. And optionally the SCAD network items, it's a privacy safe attribution framework for Apple, and it's the only Apple approved way to track app installs without relying on the restricted IDFA. And you can find the full list of SCAD network items over here. And enough with the configuration, out for the actual code. First, before anything, I need to ask for the ATT pop-up to be shown, and this will not do anything on Android, but it will do something on iOS, it will show the pop-up. And after the pop-up, I need to show the consent. And it is annoying, but it is necessary, and user needs to know that the ads will be served. And after that, you can initialize the ads. And I want to mark a flag with ads loaded. And now I can serve the ads. For this demo, I will only use the demo AdSense units. My first ad will be the interstitial ad, and it is not always shown. So you can track with the boolean if it's shown or not, depending if you want to still show the app features to your user. Let's say it's this. If it can request, you will show the interstitial ad. If it can't, I don't know, return the message or throw an error or, don't throw an error, but do some logic with that. When the interstitial ad can be requested, you can load it like this. For this demo, I'm using the demo test ID. And if you want a full screen immersive mode, you will need to add the listener and then enable the interstitial to show with immersive mode enabled. That means the user will get a true full screen ad experience. Now let's try it, how it works. And one small thing, this cannot run in Expo Go. It needs to be run on native. And you can first see the user consent that I explained that you need to add, otherwise your ads will not run. And here is the interstitial button that will take the whole screen once clicked. And here it is. Thank you for watching this video.